Hello and welcome to another video from All Things Fun. Today we are going to be looking at the Ever After High dolls. Okay, so what is Ever After High? Ever After High is a doll franchise that Mattel is releasing that is a spin-off to the previously released and massively popular Monster High series that you've probably heard of. So it starts with the dolls, but then they also have the companion website that shows cartoon webisodes and cartoons that involve all the dolls and their specific characters. The main difference in this series is that the dolls are actually based on characters that we all know and love from popular fairy tale fiction and fantasy and that sort of thing. So the characters are actually the children of those famous characters that we grew up reading, like Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, the Mad Hatter, those characters. And they're actually destined to follow in their parents' footsteps in the story in order to keep their stories alive, which is kind of neat. The characters or the dolls at the school are actually divided into two groups. There are the royals and there are the rebels. And the way they fall into either one of those two categories is they're actually distinguishable by their fate. So on the royal side, you've got the characters that traditionally are going to end up living sort of the happily ever after fairy tale stories. And then on the rebel side, you've got the characters, the dolls, that are going to have either the less favorable destinies, or they're going to have the desire to write their own destinies. So that's kind of the categories that they fit into. So why don't we take a quick look at some of the main character dolls. So as you can see, these are four of the main characters. You've got Applewhite, Ravenwhite, Briar Beauty, and Madeline Hatter. In terms of the dolls themselves, they're quite a bit like the Monster High dolls, but with a more human-like figures and bodies. Of course, they're not monsters, so they look more like humans. They've also got rounder faces, and their faces are all kind of similar because they're all from the same molds, whereas the Monster High dolls, they've got different faces because they're different types of monsters, etc., etc. So, as I said, these are the four main characters shown above. The cool thing is that they actually exhibit the personality traits of their famous parents. So in this case, Applewhite is the daughter of Snow White, Briar Beauty is the daughter of Sleeping Beauty, Raven Queen is the daughter of the Evil Queen, and Madeline Hatter is the daughter of the Mad Hatter. So if you recall any of those characters in those stories, their parents, the traits that they had, their children also have. Applewhite and Briar Beauty are best friends, and they are on the royal side. Recall from before I said royals versus rebels. They're on the royal side. On the rebel side, you've got Raven Queen and Madeline Hatter, and they're both best friends. And now, along with these four, there's also scores and scores of other cool characters that are also like their parents. There's Ashlynn Ella, that's like Cinderella, her mom. There's Blondie Locks, obviously, which is like Goldilocks. Dexter Charming and Huntsman, and a whole bunch more. So lots of different characters to choose from, which brings me to what I wanted to talk about. What is the draw? What do kids love about these dolls? Even adults who collect them, what do they love about them? Well, the thing is, we know they're going to be huge because, like Monster High, if Monster High is any indicator, that was just a massive series, and in my opinion, these could be even bigger. And the reason for that is that they've tied these dolls and these personalities into fairy tales that we've all grown up with, that we all know and love, and that actually makes them very relatable to kids. They can relate to them already. The stories are already built in. They've heard them before, but it also because it's the daughters and the sons of those characters, it also brings it from the adult world down into the children world, which is kind of neat. The different personalities, royal versus rebel, it also gives the kids so many different choices in trying to find the doll that represents their own personality. So, if a kid's feeling a little bit more like a royal, they sort of like the royal dolls. If they're more of a rebel, they like the rebel dolls, and so on. Also, just like with Monster High dolls, the dolls are customizable. You get outfits, accessories, there's all that kind of thing. They're very detailed, as you can see in the photos, and they're really well made. The best part is that they're not super expensive. Between $12 and $20, they're super affordable. And like Barbies, eventually, if you keep them in good condition and collect them, one day they could be worth something. So now if you'd like to compare and contrast some of the different dolls that are available, what they look like, what accessories they have, what's available, there's a button at the bottom of your screen which you can click now. So this has been another video from All Things Fun about the Ever After High dolls. Thank you for watching. Now go ahead and click the button at the bottom of your screen now. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.